Hey there. As always, I am Shivam. I haven't recorded in a while. And a lot has happened since I last put out a video. I cut all of my hair off. I was super excited to make a video right after I cut my hair and be like, hello. But I didn't because, anxiety. I enjoy having long hair. And the day that I decide that I want to look like I live under a bridge again, I'll grow it back out. Yeah, just having to tie your hair back and like waking up in the morning, like it really is just everywhere. I can't believe I had hair that long. Like it was literally, I'll put up a picture right now. That was bad. Right, yeah, you like that? It is what it is. It'll grow back, whatever. Excuse me. It is recording, right? I need to relax. Jesus. Okay, this is why I go to therapy, man. And speaking of therapy, I was talking with my therapist about not really doing my art stuff. The problem was mostly with me not following through on things that I know that I want to do. I have such a fun time putting these together. I enjoy talking to the camera and recording and all this stuff, but for whatever reason, like that gateway to entry is just so high for me. I just can't or rather I couldn't bring myself to do it, even though I enjoy it. And I was like, damn, like what's my problem? Like why can't I do something that I enjoy? She was like, you got to set aside time and be intentional about it. You have to be intentional about it. It takes the thinking out of it. I operate better with structure. Having a lot of choices and having that freedom is definitely not a bad thing. It's a great thing, but it can be very overwhelming because I'm like, oh my God, like there are so many different options. What do I do here? It just kept going and going until I realized, I was like, oh my God, I haven't recorded a video in forever. Like I just need to do it. But yeah, so I'm recording this now. The project is going well. It's actually, believe it or not, it's almost done. When we last spoke, the first round had just been completed. Some pieces were sent already. I remember in the video I said, oh, everything's in circulation. That was a lie. Not everything was. But that's okay. Honestly, for the most part, it was smooth. I think people just needed some extra time, and that was fine. It can be a little challenging. I think art's a very, it can be a timely process. Is timely the right word? Art can take time. I didn't want to be too much of a stickler because people are busy and they have their own shit going on. Like time, art can sometimes take some time. And who am I to judge how long your art is supposed to take, right? Some things ended up being sent out a little later, which was fine. The schedule was very accommodating. One of the issues that we ran into was one of the pieces got lost. And we were like, oh shit, fuck. The person who was supposed to receive it, their apartment complex misplaced it. They just have a trash mailing system, so we thought that piece was going to be lost forever, which, as it turns out, ended up being fine because thank God for return addresses. The letter bounced back to the original address, and we got it to the intended recipient. But it ended up being okay. Not the end of the world. Took a little extra time, sure, but mail is mail. And I was expecting something like this to happen. Honestly, I'm surprised that it was only one. For the most part, actually for the other 11 pieces, everything, all of them got to the right place. Maybe some of the journeys took a little longer than others. Certain routes, like Texas to California, for whatever reason, takes a while. The person in California even told me that, we were talking, we were like, oh, is there any chance, it got delivered to the wrong mailbox? And they were like, oh, is it coming from Texas by any chance? Because historically, snail mail from Texas to California is snail mail. It was slow as fuck. And, it eventually got there, which is great. So, crisis averted. Cut all my hair off. Yeah, so the project is coming to a close. or at least the first iteration of it. I think I've come up with some ways to optimize it, and nothing super dramatic. I'm going to follow a pretty similar structure as the first round without changing too much. I don't know if I can buy all those stamps again, because that shit was not cheap. It was nice to be able to put those care packages together with all of this stuff, all of the materials, but I don't know if it's like in my budget as much, just because I want to expand like the operation a lot. I still have a lot of these like this size postcard, so I think it makes sense to continue to utilize those. Maybe we can do 2 instead of 1. Oh, you know it'd be cool if... Oh, okay. I just had this idea. Oh my god. Okay, well, hold on. A little demonstration. If we put the 2 postcards together, so like side by side, and the person who draws on them like does something like over... They do something over both. So like it would follow like, you know, like... And then those 2 pieces get sent to 2 different people. That could be really interesting. I don't know. I'd have to think about it more on how that would look. I think I'd have to provide more envelopes or something. But I kind of like that idea. I'd have to see. But I think that's a cool idea. I like that. I like that a lot. I just fucking thought of that too. Let's go. Postcards. I think for the scale of this second round, I want to do like 30 people. While that second iteration is in the works, or while that comes out, I'm also working on something else that is, you know, this postcard thing, but even larger of a scale. It would require a little more organization, but if all goes well, this could be something bigger than it already is. I hope people get something out of this other than, you know, a finished postcard. I think there are a lot of like values and like, you know, a sense of like companionship, camaraderie, community, a lot of C's, but just like my grades, ha 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 ha. Being an engineer is fucking hard. It was hard to study engineering in school. Like, it was stupid. You know, one of the classes that I took, it was this hazardous waste management class. And, like, the first day of class, I saw one of my old TAs in there. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, he's TAing this class. Like, that's great. He was a good dude. And then I saw another one of my TAs and another one. And I was like, oh, this is a class for them. Like, they're taking this class. I was like, I've never taken a class with my TAs. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm taking a grad course in, like, engineering concepts that I have no knowledge of. And I was like, fuck. I was like, shit. Oh, man, that was crazy. It was a cool, you know, in theory, and, I mean, admittedly, in practice, it was a very cool class. It was just so insanely difficult that I was like, why did I do this? Like, why the fuck? Why would anybody do this? I somehow passed the class. I eked out a decent grade. I don't remember what it was, but I graduated. Well, anyways, fuck that. I have a lot of plans for the future revolving around. Hello?
Who's that Pokemon?
Hey, it's Prithvi.
What's up?
Give me like 2 minutes. I'm almost done. Okay, yeah. I thought you were asleep. Okay, nice. You're gonna pick it up and then eat it here? Okay, cool. Then I'll hang out with you downstairs. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Prithvi. To my 3 viewers. To my 3 viewers. 4. Fuck yeah! Okay, let's go. Our finest. I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Okay, so I have some pictures revolving around like I have some pictures. I have some ideas. Jesus Christ. I have some ideas revolving around photo shoots and videos that I really want to put together. And I'm going to make myself do it. I need to, because I know it's going to make me feel good, even if the reception isn't like fucking like fanfare. I'm not expecting, a police escort just because I put out some fucking photos and videos, but I'm excited to see what people think. And I also just want to put it together to see if I can do it, because these are undertakings that like I really haven't done. I haven't really like made an effort to do in a while. So I'm like nervous, but I'm also excited. And I'm somewhere in between those two. My therapist always asks me in the beginning of our sessions, she'll be like, okay, Shiv, I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, tell me how you're feeling, with 1 being, sad, mad, whatever, and 10 being, like, happy, elated, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll say a number, and she'll be like, okay, can you capture that with, like a one, with 1 word? And I take, like, 10 minutes of an hour-long session just thinking of this one dumbass word. And I was like, fuck, like, you would think that I would remember to do that, like, try to come up with a word, or in a number on how I'm feeling before the session, because it happens every single time. But every single time, I forget. Like, I genuinely, it's like I walk in there and I'm like seeing the world for the first time. I'll be like, wow, what am I doing here? I hope I remember for this next session, which is not this week, it'll be next week, but we'll see. There's a good chance I'm going to forget, which is stupid because I'm literally talking about it now, but whatever, it's fine. Anyways, okay, I love you. I hope you're doing great. If you made it this far, I love you tremendously. And I hope you have a good night's sleep. I hope you have a good morning or afternoon, or whatever it is that you're doing. I hope you're good. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.